eye to see cars at more than 210 miles an hour blasting their way down the strip. F1 has taken over. It's F1 Fever, Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas indeed. Hello everybody, it's Joe here, and welcome to the final of Season 2 of my F1 25 My Team career journey. If you haven't seen the last one yet, do be sure to check that one out before you see this one. Well, we came off the back of a nice shot in the arm in Austin by taking the win. And now we're here in Vegas to try and maximise our points in this final race. It's been, I'm not going to lie, a very difficult second season. But I'm hoping here we can end it on the highest possible note. We've had a win, so let's keep that momentum going and end on another strong result. Look at that, 2nd and 4th in Q1. That is a very encouraging sign. And to me it shows that things are going in the right direction for a much improved Season 3. But for now, it's the end of Season 2. We're qualifying in Vegas, which is the final round. I've often thought that Vegas would make a great venue for the final Grand Prix of the season in real life. And we're 3rd in Q2, which is again very encouraging. It's also encouraging to see Colapinto in 6th. But Verstappen, faster than anybody in Q2. And as we head into Q3, I'm hoping that we can put it in a strong position. Colapinto, unfortunately, at this stage, cannot do any better than 9th. But I'm going to try and do even better than that. So I'm going to turn onto the strip. Verstappen sets a 29-foot. That is just staggering pace. That Red Bull has just been unstoppable all season, and Lando Norris gave it a go in the Mercedes, but unfortunately he has fallen short. And look at that, we're half a second up on Piastri in Sector 2, and now using all of our battery on the strip, this long straight. We're about to hit the braking spot now. You gotta pick it just right to take the most speed into and through the corner, and that looks pretty neat to me. Now we head to the final straight before the little left kink, which will complete the lap. What is our time going to be? I think that was a 29.8, and that's going to be good enough for 4th. So that is a very encouraging grid position. P4 will happily take that, and I think that is our strongest qualifying of the year there.
Well,
who takes pole? No surprises. It is Verstappen with that 29.4, but we're in P4 on a 29.8, aiming to end this season on a high, and we've got Franco in the top 10 as well.
Welcome along to Las Vegas, and Formula One might be in the middle of the Nevada desert, but who'd have thought it? It's raining out there. Now how will that affect the drivers as they race along the strip? So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Ayrton Senna alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Antonelli, Lando Norris, and Piastri, Leclerc, Hakkinen, Colapinto, and Pierre Gasly, Albon, Sainz, Isaac Hadjar, and Fernando Alonso, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, Lance Stroll, and Paul Aron, Doohan, Lawson, Behrman, and Gabriel Bortoleto rounds off the grid. And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson.
Okay, radio check, radio check.
Copy that, same for me.
If you go away from this weekend having not given it everything, you're going to be devastated and disappointed for months. So let's get out there and give it a really strong finish and leave it all out on the track.
So with P5 in the Constructors, still a possibility here. Let's go for it in this race. Let's go all out. We are underway here at Vegas. We got a very nice getaway there. Russell's a little bit slow off the line, so we're going to potentially move into P3, which is what we have done. Senna and Verstappen are going wheel to wheel for the lead of this race. Senna on the outside, Verstappen on the inside. They're still side by side down the straight. Which one of these two great drivers will lead the Vegas Grand Prix? Is it going to be Senna or is it going to be Verstappen? I think it is going to be Verstappen, but they're still fighting it out side by side. Senna trying to edge ahead, but Verstappen just staying there. Senna goes to the inside, and it's Verstappen that has to back out. Great racing between two all-time greats of the sport. We're having a go at Verstappen now. Our best bet is to wait to the inside of the left-hander going onto the strip. That's what we've done, and we're moving into P2 now. Can we apply some pressure to Senna? I don't think so. I think Senna is just too far ahead, but it's side by side between me, myself, Russell, and is that Oscar Piastri trying to get a piece of the action? It is 4 into 1. This is not going to work. We brake late. We're hit by Piastri, and we go into the others.
Virtual safety car.
4 into 1 there. That was never working, and the virtual safety car comes out as myself, Verstappen, Piastri, and Russell all hit there. I mean, I don't even know how to begin on deciphering whose fault that particular incident was. But we've fallen to the back of the pack. Doohan's got a 10-second penalty. Not quite sure what his penalty is for. But, wow. That is the last thing that we wanted to happen in this season finale here. And Jack Doohan caught napping as the virtual safety car ends and we return to racing speed. And straight away I'm taking the position off of him. Now I'm trying to get ready to have a go at Gabriel Bortoleto for P16. This is now going to be a comeback recovery drive as we go to the outside of Bortoleto, take the position, go wide, lose the position, and Bortoleto takes it back. Not quite the move that we had in mind there. Little bit of outbreaking and a little bit of frustration at the fact that we were caught up in that incident. And this was a crucial race as well, considering we're going for P5 in the Constructors, but this time we are past Bortoleto. Now we're getting ready to have a go at Paul Aron, but I think he's occupied with a car in front of him. That's Lawson, Stroll, and I can't see who else. Hadjar, all going at it into the corner. I've just decided to stay back. I do not want any part in an incident here. Lawson gets shuffled out. I'm now having a go down the left of Liam Lawson. Can we make it through? I think we have made it past him. And we tagged Paul Aron though, and we've gone round. And more damage is done to the car. And the front wing, well, our front wing is done now. And this isn't going to go until the pit stops. I did have light front wing damage, and I was just hoping we could limp it until the pit stops, but now, not with that damage. We are going to have to pit, and that is going to ruin my entire race. It all now depends on where the Williams finish and where Franco finishes as to whether we can salvage P5 in the Constructors. And one thing I wish we could do is switch who we race as mid-race. I love what they've done with this My Team career mode, but I'd love it if we could switch mid-race between whose car we're controlling, especially in the event of if the POV car we're racing as drops out of the race, we can simply just control the other driver. So that's a feature I'd like to see added to F1 26 if they can't patch that in for this game, because that would be a cool feature to add. Right, back with our race, and I'm gonna be honest, it's looking pretty hopeless. It's looking pretty miserable. I'm on the soft tyres because I didn't think that the hards would go until the end of the race from there. I did make an additional pit stop for hards, and we're now in P20, trying to make our way forward. It's just been a case of drive as fast as I can for a few laps, try and bring myself somewhat into contention, as now we're chasing down Isaac Hadjar in the Haas, and hopefully this will be a straightforward move down the inside, although Hadjar moving under braking there. But we do take the position, and now we're heading after Gabriel Bortoleto once again. This is a bit of deja vu from the beginning, isn't it? But we have Bortoleto in our sights, and I do think we should be able to pass him quite quickly. I do wonder how far forward we can make it, but we are running out of laps, so I do think points, unfortunately for us, looking a little bit unrealistic, but I'm holding on to hope that there'll be a late safety car or a red flag, and we'll get to have a proper go at it. But for now, we have taken Bortoleto. Next up is the Bearman Lawson scrap for 16th. I wonder how quickly we can catch that up. Lap 20, we're approaching the back of Lawson, but Bearman's pace is really quite strong as Fernando Alonso drops out of the race. And unfortunately for us, we do have a safety car, but it's virtual. We could have done with a full one there. That might have saved our race a little bit and given us a chance to fight for a point or two. As such, it is not happening here. We're on lap 21 out of 25, chasing down Liam Lawson, and we're catching pretty quickly, and we should be able to make a dive up the inside, which we do, up into 16th. Next up is the rapid Bearman, and he's chasing down Hulkenberg for P14, so with them 5.5 seconds up the road, I think points are just a little bit out of the question. I'm just seeing now where we can recover to. I think we might be able to jump Hulkenberg if we're a bit lucky on this final lap. But for now, we're chasing Bearman for 15th. Oh, using what's left of our battery. We're going to have DRS, and that should carry us up ahead of the Haas. It could have been so much better for us today, couldn't it? That collision really just set in motion a miserable, miserable race for us. And Hulkenberg has got ahead of Paul Aron, so he's going to be the last car, I think, realistically, we pass in this race, unless we can get him now and catch Hulkenberg before the strip. And in fact, Aron just kind of lets us go there. Doesn't fight that one off one bit. And I think Bearman is going to have a go at him as well. Aron having a slight look up the inside, but nothing in doing there. Can we use the rest of the circuit to bring us into DRS range of Hulkenberg and secure P13 for the final race? I think that's going to be a bit of a big ask from here, but I'm still trying and taking as much speed as I dare into every single corner. But look, we're 1.7 behind. We're not going to gain 7/10 there. And even if we get into his DRS, he's got DRS on Stroll, so we're going to struggle to pass him. And, well, that just compounds our woes, doesn't it? A 3-second penalty. We're going to have to settle for 14th if we can even get that.
Go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done.
Down the straight we go for the final time, and with our penalty we may even lose this position. In fact, it's highly likely we're going to, unless we make 2 seconds on those guys through there, which you'd have to be driving a rocket ship to do that. Senna wins this final race of the season then, and a disappointing season ends in a disappointing finale. I feel like a podium could have been on if not for that collision on lap 1. It's just proof that you can't win the race on the first lap, but you can lose it. And Verstappen gets driver of the day. Oh, love it. Love it.
It's an emotional moment as the crowd rise once more to congratulate your winner, Ayrton Senna. Ferrari are at it again. An excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there. So let's celebrate the end of the season, but I know a lot of you will be very...
It's a Ferrari 1-2 in this finale then, with Senna leading, Leclerc second, Hakkinen back from his sabbatical and finishing his first season back with a podium. Then it's Norris, Tsunoda, Sainz gets 6th, Piastri and Verstappen 7th and 8th. Franco does manage to secure 2 points for us, and Russell grabs 10th, but those 2 points are not enough to stop Williams from keeping P5 in the Constructors. So unfortunately we do lose out on that one. And it all kind of ended on the first lap. Let's have another look at it then. So it was me having a go at Verstappen, then Russell goes in. Piastri is going to find space between me and Verstappen. It becomes 4 wide, and you're just not going to get 4 into that corner. Yeah, that was an inevitability with 4 cars going towards that corner there. And unfortunately, that was the end of our ambition to get P5 in the Constructors. Let's have another... We're also having a look at Verstappen having a spin on lap 12 out of 15. That's another thing that happened. I don't know how he managed to recover points from there. That is just shows the greatness of Max Verstappen. But let's look at the final standings then for this Season 2. Verstappen only 23 points ahead of Norris in the end, so a shaky final couple of races, really costing Verstappen some points. If only the season was a few races longer. Russell gets 3rd, Hakkinen 4th, impressive in his comeback season. Tsunoda and Senna, again impressive in a comeback season. With Piastri, Leclerc, Antonelli, we get 9th. Alonso gets 10th. Albon 11th. Sainz 12th. Colapinto 13th with 16 points. That's quite miserable, really, when you think of it. Gasly 14th. Stroll gets 15th with 9 points. 16th is Jack Doohan in the Alpine, scoring 5 valuable points. Then it's Paul Aron securing that single point, and I think he might be the last of the point scorers. So only 17 drivers securing a point in this season. The rest of them securing nothing. Nada. And in the Constructors, Mercedes win out only just over Red Bull. So that lap 1 incident also costing Red Bull the Constructors. McLaren 3rd, Ferrari 4th, Williams 5th. We secure 6th. Then it's Aston Martin, Alpine and Racing Bulls, the last of the point scorers. Right then, I'll see you guys in Season 3. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more. Until the next time, TTFN, ta-ta for now. And enjoy the rest of your day.